Hi, and thanks for logging on to the daily DVAR HALACHA. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, May 1st, 7th of IYAR. Today I'm going to continue, I think, one or two more halachas about the laws of fish and meat. Jews don't eat fish and meat together. It was considered a sign of danger. We now eat them separately. And the Chassam Sofer says that the danger does no longer exist in our time, and he lived before us. But nevertheless, we keep to the decree because we don't want to nullify that decree. Okay, so now today we're going to hit this question. So what do you do? Some of you are used to this from your Shabbos tables. Let's go to Shabbos lunch, let's say. At Shabbos lunch, they served you gefilte fish as the first course of your meal, or maybe sushi, or whatever, and you had fish as the first course of your Shabbos meal. And let's say, for whatever reason, you want to use that same plate that fish was on, and you want to use it for the chulent that's going to come to your table in a few moments, or the same fork, or whatever. Do they have to be rinsed in water? Do they have to be rinsed in water and soap? Can you just wipe them down? Can you do nothing? And the answer is going to be it depends. Okay, watch me closely here. I'm going to take you to the Shulchan Aruch, and here we go. This is the Shulchan Aruch, and it says, this is right now what I'm about to read to you is from Rabbi Yosef Karo, and most Svardim follow this halacha. Pull me up closer to where I'm reading. How about that? So the Rabbi Yosef Karo says, Yirchatz yadav bein basar ledug. A person should wash his hands between meat and fish. V'yochal pasorui beintayim. He should eat pasorui. Seems to mean like bread soaked in between them. Kidei lirchotz piv, in order to wash out his mouth. So one thing is clear. The Shulchan Aruch is requiring the washing of hands between fish and meat. Now, there are some people who talk about if there are other ways to accomplish that hand washing, like wiping with towels or whatever. And I don't want to be a posek here. I'm just educating. If you're a Sephardi, go check. How much washing do you do between, ask your Sephardic rabbi, what do I do between fish and meat? Rabbi Yosef Karo here seems to say, wash your hands. Now we read the Haggah. That's by Rav Moshe Isserles. Most Ashkenazim follow him, and here's what he says: V'yesh omrim te'ein lachush lazeh. We don't have to worry about this danger. Rak kishamavashlam yachad. Only if they were cooked together. Va'achlan, and he ate them. Aval la'achlan zeh achar zeh. But if he wanted to eat them one after the other, ein lachush, he wouldn't have to worry about it. This seems to imply that there would be no concern whatsoever about not washing your hands in between fish and meat. And therefore, I have an email saved up here, I think. I'm going to take you there. And don't think that's the one. I don't want to take you into all my private emails here. But there is an email that I received from the OU which said that it seems that according to Rabbi Yosef Karo, the Shulchan Aruch, the first opinion that we mentioned, it would seem that Svardim would be required to wash their hands in between fish and meat. Ashkenazim would not be required to wash their hands in between fish and meat. And now back to our original question. So, as far as the original question that I asked you, which was, do you wipe or wash or exchange your plate in between eating fish and meat? So it would seem that if you were following the Svard way, then you would be expected to wash that plate before going on to eating your cholent on a fish plate. Whereas according to Ashkenaz way, it would be somewhat more lenient, and it might be okay to just give a wipe to your plate or fork and then move on to your cholent, which will have meat inside of it. I don't want you to just rely on me here because you all have your rabbis and your poskim that you follow. The general rule that we seem to be finding here is that a more strict washing of your plate is necessary according to Sephardic custom when you go from your fish course to your meat course. And a more lenient approach is available if you're following the Ashkenaz custom, and maybe you would only have to give your plate a wipe when you go from fish to meat according to the Ashkenaz way. Me, for example, not that I want you to lead by my example, what we do in my house, I bet a lot of you do this too, after we finish eating our fish, we take away the fish forks and the fish plate, and then new plates and new forks are given to us for our meat course. But go talk to your rabbi about that now, because you've learned it, you've seen it in the Shulchan Aruch now, and you're now better educated. And ask good questions. All we do here is learn these halachos, but I still want you following your rabbi to know exactly what he suggests you do after your fish, before your meat, and regarding your plate and your fork at your Shabbos table. Hope that all made sense. Thanks for logging on, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Have a great Shabbos. Bye-bye.